This is the public realm, and so what's going to be sort of open to the public from the street. Yeah, late in the piece as far as the job goes, but it's the sort of finishing touches, I guess. We're going to be reinstating the Riff Raff statue that came out of the park here originally. The gargoyles that were there and the important pieces for what was here, and bringing them back. Doing some excavations for precast panels, which I effectively create a retaining wall to one of the main entries in there. And then there's some stairs that wind down and some paths as well for accessible, and then a whole lot of new planting. We're dealing with some average geotech, the ground conditions below our foundations. So we get testing done at the underside of our footings, and the geotech engineers tell us whether it's capable of supporting the structures or not. And it's not in this case, so our 2 metre excavation is going down an extra 2.5. And then at the bottom of that 2.5, we get more testing done to understand what's happening down there. And so we're ending up with a hole about 4.5, close to 5 metres deep. And the only real way of efficiently bringing that back up to height is just mass pouring concrete. So far, for 8 precast panels, we've got 100 cubes of site concrete in there at the moment. And by the time we're done, we might be at another 60 to 80 cubes on top of that. So that's underneath our foundation before we can even really start building. So we're dealing with a few things, a bit of a layover from original buildings in this area. So we were pulling out existing foundations from the original Embassy Theatre at the bottom of the hill, just playing with history, I guess.
It's hard because you've got a plan there that gets set up, prior to starting, and you think you might have to dig a little bit deeper or something, allow for part of it, but like Phil says, coming across those old foundations is an unknown, who knows. You've got to deal with it, otherwise you go and put the walls up and things are just going to start to move, so it's got to be right.
Absolutely rewarding. You see a lot of people sort of come and go. They get to get a bit of a bird's eye view of what we're doing. You just can't believe the scale of what happens underground. So once we're finished, no one will ever have a clue about how much has actually gone in just to get to the point of being able to build the building.